10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Alliances turn to ban.
No.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Alliances turn to pick. Dire team pick.
Doom.
Enchantress.
Alliances turn to pick.
Bat Rider!
Alliances turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Alliances turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick.
Shadow Shaman.
Alliances turn to pick.
Ты подходишь, у тебя, ну, раньше чал, воды, дело вливаться. Генератор не очень комфортно. И не очень комфортно, если у тебя будут или герои с виском, очень крутые, а ты
10 seconds remaining.
что-то хорошо, а увидишь, видишь, как нельзя на уровне фантома, ты
5 seconds remaining.
немножко быстрее выбирать.
Witch Doctor.
И даже
Dire team pick.
очень логичный пик, и Enchantress от него немножко страдают, и тут это 90 хороший дезвардер, если надо кого-то тащит, еще кто может каст вроде вперед, или дезвардиком.
если сам жизнь страшно,
10 seconds remaining.
Brew! Master!
Alliance's turn to pick.
Are they doing the same picks?
What's up?
Are they doing the same picks as yesterday? Lone Druid last?
Yeah, maybe.
Dire team battle.
Lifesteal is gonna get Slow Druid. Backrider bomb.
Сейчас смотрю, выйдут не особо доволен. Мастер лидирует ему наш
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
А вот по отношению к мячу тоже, скажем, палка двух концах, потому что, с одной стороны, Россия агрессивно на вас неплохо съедает, но если этого не происходит, и часто, потому что очень хороший просто замедление, после рейджа может и его не быть. Фишка в том, что он берет с рейджа, все это будет здорово. Нет, я потому что если вдруг ничем не будет передвигаться, и она просто где-то там подальше находиться, то все его тоже была игра, где тоже была ничья из рамка, и он настолько быстро закрылся, что сейчас я помню, и реально все равно нет атаки, конечно, не обязательно даже видите просто своих передвигающих, измотать рукава.
Alliance's turn to battle.
Потому что тебе разобраться, она сильно, вариант. Он под заключением палки из доктора Москей разберется прекрасно.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
И, возможно, сейчас Россия в истории раскатается тоже. Но если, конечно, это больше физику или магическое разнообразие, что они рисковали Василия Солоха. Это может быть Василий Солоха, какой-то еще берет один. Смотрите, что произошло. Мы заманиваем Мальманку, то есть подозревают, что СХ это финиш. Я, если говорю, рассказывал Василия, я понял, какое было великолепие, да?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Alliance's turn to pick.
And Ember's already banned.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I like OG. I like OG.
I like the way they're drafting.
They have so much team fight.
What?
They have so much team fight.
Yeah. They have counters to Lifesteal as well. They have Doom, they have Impetus, Insta-Hex.
They needed damage.
That's right. Thank you very much, Alan. I'm LD. I'm joined here by Fog. Fog, coming into the series, you said you thought Alliance would have the edge.
Yep.
I went with OG, but after the Game 1 draft, I did like the Alliance draft. It just didn't pan out. Going into this game, before we talk about the teams, how do you think the draft
10
stack up?
seconds remaining.
I like OG's draft just because the way that they had basically the same exact draft yesterday, except they, instead of the Phantom Lancer, they had that Lone Druid, and I really like the approach that they took. They went to they actually played around the Doom, and they were constantly super aggressive, so.
Yeah, the team's just now entering the field of Dota. Getting ready, guys. This is game 2. A win here. OG will eliminate Alliance, move on in the best of 3. A loss, and we'll go to a deciding game number 3. So with that, OG going to be on the dire side, and it will be Alliance on the Radiant. And some flexibility here from OG. Yanni's coming into the series. When OG ran Doom, it was generally for Moon as like a 3-position hero, but they showed the flexibility to put crit on the hero. This time, though, it will be Moon taking him over, and instead they run the Enchantress for crit. So tough to know exactly how OG is going to assign their heroes, even when you see them drafted early.
Yeah, Ake actually even TPs into this bottom lane to get the lane ward down, so they're able to watch Moon walk into the jungle. He doesn't place the ward down.
Yeah, good discipline by Moon. Realizes it'll likely get dewarded right away, so.
Oh, do you see what EGM's doing? Cut the trees in the top area, like all these trees for the Bulldog.
Is this, what's the play here? Is there double stacking going on?
Yeah, probably.
They don't really have anyone.
They just want to get the dragon, though, you know? They always want to get the
for the Lifestealer. You're right. That's really smart. Yeah, generally looking at, like, do they have a hero to farm Ancients, but it's just about... We also see this with, like, Enchantress and Chen players, where they'll stack a big cap if they don't like the creeps, just they can try and get something else and later farm it up.
Looks like Moon also found a way to get his ward down into the enemy jungle, so... But I think he's going to get a sentry on... No, they're not going to bring sentries out yet. I wonder if they'd seen it. I wasn't able to catch that because I was looking toward the top lane, but...
Yeah, it's very unusual to see that particular tree break. Obviously, we used to see it in the old jungle, the tree break over here all the time just to get the double stack, but... Alliance for now, they're going to be running something we saw from Na'Vi, the Queen of Pain IO towards the mid lane, and it's up against the Brewmaster. So Nailtail once again on the tempo controller, which seems to be where they're most comfortable, having someone that can fight relatively early. And we'll be Ake here, trying to zone out Moon, but Moon with the Infernal Blade. Go to work early. Loda is forced to come in and help, but Ake taking some heavy damage, has not skilled anything. This is a good time to fight against the Lifestealer. No points in open wounds. You're generally going to get the Feast to level 1, so really no kill potential on the Doom right now.
It's pretty absurd how much damage you really see Infernal Blade do. Just with the boots, 2 extra right clicks. Of course, Doom does a lot of damage innately, but with that Infernal Blade, yeah, Ake got chunked down to 100 HP.
So what do you think Crit's looking for here as the Enchantress? We saw an early rotation last game from Ake, didn't work out. Queen of Pain, not the easiest hero to gank. Even Batrider's not particularly simple to take down, so
I guess it
what's the play for him?
Depending on what creeps he got, he ended up getting a Wildkin, so it looks like he's just going to stick the Wildkin on the mid lane to just help Notel out a bit.
As for EGM, he's also got a Wildkin and a Hellbear. And we'll see, yeah, it does have the dragons already. So, we will have the ideal Lifestealer creep, and you know, you and I were actually hanging out with the Alliance watching some of the games on day 1 of this event. I remember Loda really felt Lifestealer was being undervalued, and you go back to when the hero got changed with the ability to take over Ancients relatively recently, and then the dragons getting buffed. Like he was one of the first players to really experiment with that hero. Moon will get caught out, the open wounds come through, Maldek's there, forcing out the Scorched Earth, but it's only level 1,
He's gonna
and they
die
finish him off. One more auto attack should do the trick, and Alliance will get on the board first with the first blood. Okay, the man to get the last hit, but yeah, they really do value Lifesteal a lot more highly than some of the other teams.
Yeah, skill and Maledict there was perfect. They get the kill because of it.
No points in the Voodoo, and probably not going to need it after that kill. At least not early. So, as far as farm goes, it's a really good start here for the Phantom Lancer for Miracle. Meanwhile, being matched more or less by the cores of OG. Or sorry, of Alliance overall. So it seems like all the carries are farming relatively well. Even in the mid lane, No-Tail's still doing decently with that single point in Drunken Haze to help deal with the S4 right clicks.
Yeah, he got his bottle and he had the stout shield to the start, and he has a lot of regen still. But it looks like
Here's the smoke.
Yep.
Crit making his move. He wants to find Bulldog, and he did not quite lead with the Dark Troll at the right angle.
It was unfortunate timing too.
He's gonna run away.
Bulldog was going there to stack, so he just kind of runs into him there now. GM
Wants to contest this one, but they're actually going to look to run Crit down. They do have Firefly. He may be forced to commit the Troll Trap here. It turns slowly with the Napalm going, but they're going to kill that instead.
They're going to continue.
And he looks for the deny. Doesn't get it.
They didn't get the last sticky stack on him.
So a failed smoke, a free creep for Bulldog. He'll be happy about that. Overall, seems like OG are getting a lot here out of the laning stage, aside from that first blood, though. As far as CS goes, the jungle advantage kicking in a bit.
Yeah, No-Tail actually holding his own pretty well in Drunken Haze. That Arcane Rune's really going to help him out, too.
Yeah, Brewmaster, not the best mana pool, so the reduced mana cost definitely makes a difference.
Yeah, and it's Fly's doing a really good job of just getting his levels in this top lane, pulling the creep equilibrium all over the place, so Bulldog's not able to get too much.
So there's always the plan B with Enchantress. If you can't find the ganks, then just look to control the lanes. And he sent the most obnoxious creep in this particular patch. That's the Satyr with the shockwave spam. S4 blinking in. Uh-oh.
Oh, he got a haste
cooldown. Crit might actually be able to kill him. If they can just get a couple of shockwaves off, the Fly can get in range 4 shackles. That should be enough for the kill, and they find it. Stretch Armstrong arrives. Shockwave there, and they secure it. Zapped down by Fly. OG. Make it 1-1, and what a time to die. The mid lane pushing in, losing at least one wave, probably closer to 2 of experience, so EGM will soak that up.
Yeah, No-Tail goes and ferries his bottle back too, and now he's ahead in CS over the Queen of Pain, and he will hit level 6 before him.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're pursuing Moon. They pop the Maledict, but he's got his own Satyr creep, so the Unholy Aura will help mitigate some of that additional Maledict damage.
Yeah, they do have a triple range creep down though in this bottom lane, so Moon's gonna get a lot of experience if they don't try to dive him in some way.
Yeah, it is. Also phase boots on Lifestealer and Scorched Earth on cooldown, so he'll need to be careful. Loda forcing it. Overlords comes through, and I think Moon likely to go down here. TP will come for the Rasta. They might be able to kill 2 off. Fly does have a point in shackles, but Loda can go to work on him with auto attacks, and he decides to play it safe. Not sure if anyone else is rotating, but they want to go back in, and I think Fly quickly realizes, if I stick around, I'm going to feed another kill.
Yeah, but yeah, they really didn't want him to get all that XP. They had to dive him there. And EGM has been playing a little bit different than we've seen many of these Wisps. Instead of just constantly helping the lanes out, he's just stacking up for Bulldog.
Yeah, they're going to jungle together now, so the pals in the woods getting some much-needed experience. Prioritizing that quick level 6. So we see Crit, meanwhile, trying to decide where to go next. Looks like he does have a smoke, and they have a Brewmaster split. So it seems OG want to try to use that first split, so take some sort of kill, maybe even an objective. And there is no Radiant Vision of this right now, but they're close to a ward. They've already smoked.
Yeah, they're making the invasion play right now. However, EGM and Bulldog are pretty close.
The smoke's gonna break, and Bulldog's in a great position to scout it out. Can they get the Sentinel off 1? And the cast comes through. It looks like he might be able to make it out, and then didn't get the second stomp off, and now immolating him, bringing him low. The tether from EGM, long distance save.
They back the regen though.
So the first smoke gank, first Brewmaster split, actually second smoke gank, does not end up working out.
Yeah, let's see if they still try to... Yeah, they're not even going to bother trying to pressure the tower, so... Bit fortunate there for Alliance having the Batride and the Wisp there. Do you think we're going to see the Ancient Creep being used heavily this game, or do you think he's just going to go for that Armlet build that we've been seeing? Probably the Armlet build, right?
I think Loda, speaking to him, he did not, he's like, yeah, the Radiance build is not an every game thing, so I think as far as build goes, he's more a believer right now in like the Armlet, sometimes drums, although he didn't seem as keen on the drums as some of the other Lifestealer players, so yeah, I would expect an early Armlet. Maybe a Midas. Loda historically has been a lover of the item, but maybe a bit too greedy this game against OG. OG's 5-man and team fight just seems so strong, doesn't it?
Yeah, he has 2 really good vehicles though for his infest bombs with the Queen of Pain and the Batrider once the blink is finished up on Bulldog, which it should be soon, but Bulldog is pretty under-leveled. He's level 4 at 7 minutes.
Once he kills the stack off, should be able to clip 5, close in on the lasso, but you're right, he's not having the best time in the offlane. Oh, where's Miracle? Just total free farm here. 49 CS, 29 denies.
The denies in this game are crazy. 29 on one hero, 30 denies on one hero, 17 on the other, 16 on Quap. Like, I mean, they're one of the most we've seen in a while.
You know, denies aren't as like good directly as they used to be as far as like preventing people from getting experience. So we tend to see less denying. But if you can just keep the wave that far back, then it kind of just shows the lane's empty as well. Like Miracle just is happily controlling the creep equilibrium for his team.
Yeah, it looks like they want to probably
no trail here. Blink forward. S4's got the ulti. No split. They know it's on cooldown. This is the time to strike. But EGM's low. Gets the crit. Gets the kill. Oh, unfortunate. Well, Alliance get a Brewmaster, but his wall is ultimate's down, and it's at the cost of EGM. Really good decision making there by NoTel to just force the issue, chooses the correct target, praise the RNG gods, and comes up flush for him.
Yeah, pushing down the top tower for OG now. Boots of Travel finished on Miracle.
This is, we actually, when we were hanging out with OG, Miracle was, they were watching, I think it was OG, Miracle was watching Aggressive playing the PL, so. Yeah, this seems to be Aggressive's preferred build with the Boots of Travel, normally into the Yasha Diffusal, sometimes completes the Manta, but hey, look at this.
Ancient Creep.
On the move. He's not going for the Dragon, though.
Yeah, I guess it was just because it was closer to the bottom lane. He didn't want to have to move so far away. And what do we have coming out? It is the Armlet Recipe.
So, it is going to be early combat. I mean, it fits the lineup. The Quap's already online. The Batrider's about to. With the Infest Bombs and the Armlet, you have a ton of kill potential. So how do you feel overall? Look, Fog, like looking at the state of the game right now, Alliance slightly up in terms of gold and experience. OG more of the team fight pushing type lineup. Are you happy if you're Alliance? Have you gotten enough done?
I think you're feeling in a pretty comfortable position. I think it's very even right now though. Like NoTel never really is in that super heavy farm position. He's doing basically what he does normally. Now Blink's revealed, Smoke up, Moon.
Onboard combining onto Moon. They're gonna pick him off, but with the rate still going low, they might get more. The Brewmaster split committed now. They're gonna turn this one onto Ake cycloning and keeping the Batrider out of the fight while they chase down the angry Witch Doctor. But there's the relocate. EGM, he's too late. He could end up going down here as well. Cyclone up in the air. Bulldog now with the blink back, but they're able to lock him down a bit. Rhoda, though, is re-engaging, has a fresh round of skulls now. The Rage as well as the open wounds, and they are going to clean up a couple of OG stragglers in the end. Didn't get off the Shadow Shaman wards. The Brewmaster split committed, and when the dust settles, a 2 for 3 in the end.
Yeah, Crit wasn't in position there to get there at all. He's only level 5 as well in this Enchantress. However, Fly did hit 6 there. He just didn't really have the mana or the position to get the wards off. That Golem, and finishing up that Armlet right there just perfectly on time.
So, is this the tempo for Alliance? Relocates online every time Lasso's up? Are you just looking for ganks? Are you content split pushing and farming a bit more?
I think they're just going to keep looking for the ganks. Like, they've done such a great job of shutting Moon down in this game. He's 0-3, not level 6. He just finishes up that level 6 now. And they're going to be able to constantly put on the pressure, but now it looks like OG wants to do that as well. They don't want to be having to be that reactive force. Another smoke deployed.
It's tough for them to initiate, though, because they don't have a blink on or a Shadow Blade on either of these tanky frontliners, so how do they start the fight? I guess it has to be a smoke.
Yeah, once they just need to secure a tower. They don't really want to secure a fight here. I think it's just, we want to get this bottom tower, because they wanted to do it earlier, but like I was saying, it got unfortunately broken by the Wisp and the Batrider. Meanwhile, Alliance going for the trade.
There it is. Rhoda's favorite. This has to be the best creep.
Oh, by far.
Just because every fireball is a free creep wave. Lifestealer here that doesn't farm that well without the creeps. But this really
it's
accelerates
fast.
his economy.
It has a bonus armor aura that it gives to your team.
It's a badass dragon. Like, basically pretend you're Daenerys.
Yeah, exactly.
This feels good.
It gives you so much. And it's 2000 HP magic immune. Gives your teammates 3 armor, like I was saying, as well as creep wave. Great for pushing, and they're gonna get a secondary tower out of it.
He wants to fireball these skeletons, but not sure it's worth the mana.
This is a decent trade though for OG. They have the roster wards to get the tower, and they need their blink dagger on the Panda.
They're closing in on it here. Miracle is farming well. That's the big win for OGs. It's been an entirely unchecked PL. And the team will look to fight around that.
Oh,
not
man.
quite ready to
Dragon
engage.
though down here. This is not looking good for OG here. They need to get out. They need to find a way out of here.
Looking to get in, and they want ideally Miracle. They do manage to lasso him. The clock's not there. Quickly deleted. The clock roll comes through, but there's a Brewmaster split to try and retreat. Moon, lockdown controlled, manages to get off the Doom, but it's on a Bulldog who already cast the lasso, and EGM there with the tether to heal him up to full HP. Even through the Doom, he's not taking damage. They may be able to get more. The Radiant Courier was sniped in the midst of this, but No-Tail's going to drop down. Comes back to Earth and is dealt with. So 3 cores wiped off the planet. A clean sweep there for Alliance, and they even forced out a Brew split as well.
Oh, and Crit's getting relocated on as well.
They want a fourth. They're going to find Crit. They have the Rage available. Even the creeps aren't cooperating for OG in Game 2 Alliance.
The 3-man relocate.
This
fast with the
striking back. That's pretty sexy.
Yeah, that looked really nice. And S4, during that entire engagement bottom, he had an Arcane Rune, so his ulti will be up relatively soon, and he's very close to that Orchid before Panda's even going to have a Blink Dagger.
Things firing on all cylinders here for Alliance. With that big win in the bottom lane, S4 now topping the net worth chart.
We're cursing everybody. Whoever we pick ends up having a not so good of a time.
Well, the series isn't over yet. So
yeah, of course not.
And we picked different sides, so we can't say we've cursed anyone, Giannis. It's okay. Oh, a counter courier kill. That was a big one.
1,600 gold on it. That was a full Yasha finished up for Miracle, and yep, S4 kills it off. 2 minutes without that, it's going to slow down Miracle's farm a lot.
And can only be frustrating as well, because it's not like a common place for Queen of Pain to just be camping by any means.
Yeah, and it looks like Fly actually might get his Blink Dagger before No-Tail even does.
And it's like, oh great, Shadow Shaman doesn't blink at 14 minutes, but when you realize it's coming at the cost of the Brew blink in some ways, is he's just not had a good time, it doesn't feel great.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they should have tried to put more pressure onto this Lifestealer lane, but it's really hard. I think the Lifestealer pick was just extremely good here, because Doom gets kind of crushed by it when you get open wounds, Maledict as well.
And you have a Witch Doctor, so if you braid in the Enchantress, the creeps aren't going to be that effective.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, you look at it, it is probably why they chose to put the pressure elsewhere, but that didn't pan out.
Yeah, and Moon's just being extremely punished. Like, he has less than Crit had last time, and he's in offlane.
As AC was calling yesterday, a timeless trade here. Radiant going for a tower top, Dire looking for a Roshan, and I'm not sure we're going to see a contest. Overall, are you favoring OG with this trade at least? Getting the Aegis and...
They've got the Blink Daggers finished up, so they can't fight, so they have to do something. That's the best trade they can do. They can't really go for that mid lane tower at this point. It's just not an optimal position to go into, and they already have taken out the 2 bottom towers.
Oh, S4, Orchid online. Smoked up here with Ake. They have to relocate. They can have all 5 heroes here, courtesy of the Infest Bomb, and they are prepping onto No-Tail, but has an Invis rune. Do they have protection for it? The relocate comes in, doesn't look like it. This could be a whiff. Still Bulldog's chasing. He has a lifesteal to unload, but if he deploys low to too deep, he may end up just costing them a carry. And they are fighting into an Aegis, so they play it safe. They opt to back out. If there was no Invis rune there, it could have been real ugly for OG though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no D-wards, no sentries, no nothing on the side of Alliance there. But why would you have one there? And now Wisp picks up a full mech. 2,400 gold. Why not?
Oh, this is big. Gives them a lot of sustain with the Witch Doctor now, and he has been going back for some points in the Voodoo Restoration. But they make a move on No-Tail. Orchid, this time the debut should be a resounding success. S4 pummeling No-Tail. Clips it right off. Not blinking away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's looking kind of grim for OG. They've lost a lot of map control already.
Is there a point where like PL can just take over and be at that ticking time bomb, or do you feel like Alliance have answers even late into the game?
I think they definitely have answers leading late into the game. I really like the Queen of Pain pickup from the last pick, and S4 is just having a great game so far. Like, Orchid finished up at the 14-minute mark. He's got 1,500 gold on him already. They have so much burst damage for that PL.
Yeah, shades of the old team secret when it was Arteezy, Shadow Fiend, S4 Quap almost every game.
Loda goes back for the drum. So Armlet drum, and now another 1,600 gold. They're going for 3-man relocate top.
And they will move on the top lane. Bulldog here as well. Miracle already committed the Doppelganger. And I don't think they needed the whole gang, but they'll bring it Aegis once. And actually, they did, because all of OG is streaming in to counter-initiate.
They've got to get out.
They want to fight. Relocate's going to end. Bulldog blinks into the trees. The rest of Alliance scattered to the south. It's going to be a clean escape for Alliance for the looks of things. As OG, just a few seconds too slow there, smoking and desperately trying to find the jump. Oh, fly! Just wildly planting the wards down.
Yeah, he hexed first, but he just, you know, it's just like an instinctual thing. You just try to get the pick off right away with the wards, and very unfortunate for him there, though. But at least,
I mean, Alliance cleans out. They're like, hey, guys, free wards.
You got a creep wave.
Someone go farm those. Is this going to be Midas Gaming from OG? We see one for the Doom. Do you think they consider another a no-tail, or is this just treads?
I think that's a Midas.
Is this a double Midas?
I guess they're feeling really pressured right now, and they know the only way that they can win this game is if it goes super late.
Alliance are so good at punishing greed, though. They've got the mobility, the silence, the relocate, the quick lassos.
They don't really have the best way to break the base. The best thing that can happen for them is, of course, getting the pick off with a Bat Rider into the base break, but just breaking a base is very difficult versus, well, with their heroes.
OG gonna be sitting back. And we do see an overall switch from game one, where it was OG constantly applying pressure on the offense. This time around, it's Alliance doing the same thing. And now an Ancient Thunderhide enters the field of battle. Slam ready to go. Frenzy's always fun.
Yeah, and OG just sticking together. They don't want to get caught out in any way.
I guess the best thing they have to break the base is probably the lifesteal creeps, come to think of it. And just raw sustain.
Yeah, I mean, EGM has so much already with this bottle and the mech and the urn already.
We have often seen the carry Queen of Pains will go for the Assault Cuirass build eventually, which can help, but you're right. On paper, they're not the best at taking objectives.
Yeah, now Loda's just going to let his team push out the bottom lane, and he's just going to do this scouting mission as the Dragon, as the Thunderhide. And there's like no way they can kill that.
And if they do kill it, then suddenly there's 3 heroes here with the lifesteal, and you've committed a lot to bring it down.
Yeah, they look... OG seems to be a little bit indecisive at this moment. They don't really know what they want to do. They can't really take fights. It's just such a cool way to use Lifestealer. Like he's kind of like a Night Stalker with an Axe. I mean, not quite as much vision, but it feels like just super confident that he can scout anywhere, and they've got the reinforcements to punish if they see anyone. So he scouts top, kind of forces OG back by default, and that's while the rest of Alliance is taking objectives elsewhere. They take the tower bottom, they back away. So an unusual take on the hero, but very effective. Yeah, but thankfully they're able to at least slow the pace down of the game, which they really need to do because they have the Midas on the Doom, and now they're going to be able to pick up some levels, which they very much so need.
There's the Maelstrom. So they're trying to build answers towards the PL.
Yeah, I mean, Miracle's having a pretty damn good game. He's gonna surpass the Queen of Pain on the net worth soon.
And No-Tail is not getting the treads for now. So it will be a double Midas with the PL boots of travel.
Yeah, he has to just, I mean, he just has to full commit on it. Where is he really gonna find the farm? And now BKB already finished for S4.
They have some answers for BKB, Doom, Impetus being the big ones, or an instant blink hex, but Alliance have relocate. So anyone who gets Doom could easily be brought out of the fight. Yeah. And I mean, this is EGM we're talking about. We saw what he could do yesterday on IO.
Nice aggressive ward coming up from Alliance in that mid lane too. So they're catching the rotation from OG. Let's see if they try to get them in the fight. And they do. They get the smoke up and they're going right there.
They had vision. They just saw 3 OG heroes moving towards the southern side of the map. Fly already down there. The rest of the team en route to greet him. So OG will pass by before Alliance cut them off. But Alliance were hoping they stopped to farm the jungle. And I think they may have seen the Firefly there for a moment. Ping's coming out anyway. If they didn't see it, they're suspecting it.
Yeah, now they're just gonna Alliance can just transition and take this top tier 2. And OG doesn't really have anything to gain in this bottom lane.
There's no tier 2. I highly doubt they get to the base before Alliance responds. In fact, maybe Alliance just keep on pushing top. We'll see.
They do have the items to do it now. They have a lot of sustain. They have the Witch Doctor heal. They have Mac. Levels up on everybody. The Wisp is actually out-leveling, our EGM is actually out-leveling Bulldog in this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
OG playing the keep away game. They have slowed it down though. We're not seeing explosive numbers of kills piling up. If you look at the graphs where there was a ton of green dots peppering the bottom of the gold graph earlier, it's slowed down a lot, so it seems like they've overall stemmed the bleeding, but still Alliance slowly but surely accruing the gold advantage here. And the pings do come out. They see S4 still committed top lane, and it seems Alliance want OG to come out and play. They've seen one Midas, they've seen no new items on the No-Tail Brewmaster, and they want to punish.
Yeah, they get another good aggressive ward down up in that top lane.
Here we go. That's for the man in front. Really can't commit everything on the Queen of Pain with the relocate there.
But right
and
there,
as soon as they see the TPs, they back out.
They just force them back to the base. Now they're gonna go push out their lanes, get farm.
And if you start playing the mobility game, well, there's a Boots of Travel up on the Bat Rider. You got relocate. Alliance could play that game all day. So a very slow-paced mid-game after, I mean, frankly, most of the games this tournament have been very chaotic. Yanni's very action-packed and just oftentimes over-aggressive from some of the teams, but it's rare to see these prolonged stretches of calm farming. Who do you think it favors overall?
I mean, it helps OG because they really cannot fight at this point. So I think it favors OG for now, but overall it's still looking very, very good for Alliance. 11 finished up on Moon. Another smoke play coming out for OG.
Yeah, the Midas coming into play, whereas No-Tail still only level 10.
He'll have his Midas soon enough. They need to get like a pick off right here.
They smoke. DGM's there to reveal it. The impetus coming through. They do manage to get the Blink Hex fly. Catches out the IO and pops it.
Too bad No-Tail didn't get the kill. That would have been his Midas finished up there.
Still, OG, a small sign of life for them, and its Wall Miracle continues to flash farm the woods. Manta complete, Diffusal online. This PL is getting big.
All their eggs in the Miracle Basket.
I feel like we've seen that movie before. Often as well, to be fair for OG. One of the few players you can put all your eggs in his basket and he delivers quite often.
Yeah, the one good thing that they gained from that smoke in that bottom lane is that they got 4 wards down, and now they're going to be able to pressure this mid tower, which is very good for them. But it looks like Alliance is trying to take the fight here.
They're going to scout out Ake, but remember that the whole team could arrive at any moment.
OG's like, get the hell out of there. We're not playing
Ancient Creep just lumbering in, and you know that the relocate's seconds away if you overextend.
But you know, Loda is spending a lot of time kind of just running around doing this scouting information as this Ancient Creep, and his farm is starting to get hindered a bit by it. He has the Armlet, he has the Maelstrom, but only that's it so far. He hasn't really picked anything new up in a couple minutes.
Loda finally locks onto crit, though. Overwoods comes through and Alliance shred him. Didn't have to commit anything aside from a relocate and a raid. New on the trees, oh, this is just as big. Second support going down here. Fly, trapped to the trees. Getting juked, kited control. They didn't even use a lasso, so 2 essentially free kills for Alliance.
Yeah,
but it is the support duo.
Yeah, they had to use the relocate, but EGM
could be in trouble. There's a diffuse.
He's going down here.
OG strike back 2 for 1.
There it is. He's got the Midas. It's coming out.
Oh yeah. I can just picture No-Tail yelling. Yes, finally, something. Finally.
And
kill that IO.
They do scout out that the Roshan respawned as well. S4 looking for an aggressive play in the mid lane, but Moon backs out. Moon also finished up a Blink Dagger, so the Midas is paying off for him.
It feels like Alliance isn't getting enough to rest too easy. You know, not to say that they're in danger of dropping the game by any stretch, but they're not racking up kills or objectives right now, and OG are playing keep away so well.
Yeah, they're doing...
What's missing for Alliance? Like, why are they not able to hem them in more? Is it a gem?
I think they're just... OG's doing a pretty good job of splitting them up. Miracle just keeps going to a different lane, pushing it out. Now he even has the Manta. He just throws the illusions on the creep wave, and then he just bots it to a different wave. Rinse, repeat. They're doing a pretty damn good job of just splitting up a line so that they can't go into this high ground. Also, you don't really want to... I mean, if Alliance does go for that push and they die, that could basically be throwing the game, because like we were saying, their late game isn't terrible, but OG definitely has the better late game because they have so much control.
Especially now with double Midas, as well as all the team fight potential in the PL that they already had.
Yeah, like there was, oh, here we go, this could be it.
The lasso comes and it will be on the fly, bringing him down into the Roshan pit as the wards. Will not get them off. Roshan says, I want a piece of that action too. Bringing down the Shadow Shaman, no buyback. And this may just secure a free Roshan. We'll see if they want to fight. Their team fight's pretty strong, but Oh, just no tail risk it. He's gonna go in, he goes for the blade, but he gets Organ in. He's not gonna get off an easy ultimate. In fact, he won't get up one at all. So now Miracle moves forward onto the IOV gem. We'll finish him up. So a 2 for 3 thus far. And they have not killed the PL, but with the Doom expanded, the Brewmaster's dead. No buyback, can Miracle solo the whole team? He's gonna bring out Bulldog. Now he turns on his foe. He's also out of mana. F4 in trouble. Miracle ramping up. This prompts an EGM buyback to try and save the day. And Miracle keeps on going. He's got another Lance Diffusal Blade here as well, Moon. Like, hey, maybe we can do this. The Miracle show's in town. But doesn't have a whole lot to offer.
That was really big for OG there.
Signs of things to come. They didn't get off the wards. They didn't get off the Bruce split, and they still make it. I believe a 3 for 3 it was, or 3 for 2, with a buyback as well on the EGMIO.
Yeah. Still showing life.
Big gold swing actually.
Yeah. Looking a little bit scary. Not scary, I would say, for Lions, but it's definitely starting to look like OG has a chance coming into this game.
And here's the issue. With no Queen of Pain ult, OG are just going to walk through the pit.
Roche. Yeah.
Can Alliance contest?
They do have last though. They are in position, but this could be a disastrous fight. There still is Panda ulti up.
Moon threatening for the flank. Lasso online, as you mentioned. Bulldog gonna blink in. He's a little bit slow to draw out the lasso, and he does get purged. Now the impetus starting to come through. The ward's working the Roche, but he's not really low enough to commit to that. So instead, they're gonna commit to Heroes. Jumping onto Aki. Miracle just poking on the sides to fight, but Loda goes rushing in directly onto Heroes. The rage about to end here, and now he can be dealt with by the mana burn. Miracle pretty low actually. The nukes are adding up, and he might be in trouble. He's got a Diffusal Blade. He's gonna try to retreat away from Bulldog, but the flame break comes through. He's gonna have to try to fight soon. Doppelganger, 3 seconds and counting. They push in Loda. They need more. One more on a tank. Over the tree line, up the cliff, and around the corner. Eva wants to go back in, but they're still chasing. He's gonna need to be absolutely, well, not good enough. Close call, but he couldn't make it out. The Brewmaster split now over. They don't have the PL. He's got a buyback. Does he want to use it? Crit, silence, controls. One more in. Bulldog pushing away, hoping for the uphill miss. Does not get it. But they do salvage the gem. Roshan still around half health.
However, there was no Sonic Wave there, but the Mjolnir did so much work. It cleared out the illusions instantly, and Miracle just wasn't able to build up the army that he needed for that fight. Doom wasn't up, Panda Split was off, but he wasn't really able to do anything with it because the way the fight was just so split up.
Relocate coming in, they really want to secure this Roshan. And Miracle did have BOT buyback, but there wasn't a great creep wave to TP2, and would have been extremely all in play if they went for it. So OG will accept the casualties they had. And they'll back away. Aegis does go to Alliance, and we're pretty much, we've reset now. First it looked like OG was closing the gap, and then Alliance turns right back on 7,500 gold advantage. Similar on the experience. Overall, I mean, it feels a lot more even than those numbers, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know if Moon maybe, I think may have eaten the wrong creep, or if it just the big creep, the big Alpha Wolf was dead, because he has the little, I think he has the mini Alpha Wolf, right?
Yeah,
that's the giant one, but...
No, it's the little one, because he doesn't have the damage arm.
I don't know.
Just the
Why does it say the giant wolf's ferocious attacks? Whatever.
I don't know.
Easy small thing. On top.
Loda also Loda, but
he has the
he's
Aegis.
very tanky. I think he'll be fine. Still, it's not a big commitment here. They just get a free IO kill, but do they get out? Moon, blink away, S4 with the Shiva. Scouting for him, he blinks forward, he actually tracks him down, and Moon immediately got TP out, Cop ults at the ready, and he's not going to use it. Decides they need that team fight potential instead.
Yep. Miracle, though, still leading the top of the net worth.
You know, something interesting, we haven't talked about it, but just a small... We were talking about crit skill build last game. He has not taken any points in Untouchable. Versus Lifestealer, I guess, just not worth it.
There's so much spell damage, and then versus the Lifestealer, he's the actual only right clicker basically on the team. And he did that yesterday as well.
Yeah. I like the way Crit makes these, build adjustments. Seems like he does it more than most players. And
getting relocated on.
That's for trying to decide if he needs the ultimate. And while that's happy, they also found Fly on the north end of the engagement, a quick double pick, and there's no buyback on the Brewmaster. So Miracle's Illusions frantically trying to cut the wave mid. But there's a little bit for Alliance to work with. They can break into the base and do some structural damage here. Glyph is available. They'll need to stall. Gotta be careful not to get caught. No, actually, do it the lasso.
They need to clear that creep wave out somehow.
Yeah, I had a couple of illusions slowing it down, and they are working with impetus damage on the S4, but there's a lot of sustain here, a lot of heals. The tether, the Voodoo Restoration, and they're back up to full HP. Buying time for the brewery spawn. And now the rage. Commitment here from Alliance. They just want objectives. Tower down, the back away and reset, and they may just stop because Brewmaster's coming up in 8 seconds. Now they're sticking around. They really want this. The impetus damage being mostly negated. They still hold the Aegis now.
Glyph was used.
No glyph. No way out of this one. Fly's gonna try to force the fight. Goes in with the Hex, but they've already gotten Rex. And now the Overwoods comes on the Fly. Still a couple seconds before the wards up. The Brewmasters put the backlights. Moon retreating. No Doom for 5. This timing's just not quite right for OG, but Miracle gets in the backlights. Almost finished the game. Not quite. Kept alive. The Tether Hill. It's too much. They can't finish the job. And now Miracle gets blasted. S4's been doomed. He's able to jump away to the left, but S4's healthy. Was Miracle 8. Bulldog on the hunt. Now they taking him down. Blinking forward, trying to finish off the PL. Everybody's so low. They get the kill. 3. Fly back to base, but it's 3 down. All the ults down. This might just be it.
Yeah, they're gonna go for this mid-rax, Tombrax, and it looks like it might just be it. I don't think the Phantom Lancer was just quite enough.
Massive swing here in momentum. It only took those 2 picks. No buyback on Brewmaster. To a lesser extent, the Shadow Shaman and OG. They had no way to defend.
Yeah, they don't really have anyone else. They have the Phantom Lancer, they have the Doom, they have the Panda Split, but it's just not enough with no items.
You know, looking at these 2 teams and how they match up, a lot of people would have said if they had to predict it, neither team's going to get IO. The Hero's just too good for both, but they got it, they've used it well, and they built a whole strategy around it. The Lifestealer acute addition as OG desperately try to hold on to their base. Ake being hounded out of it, No Tail in a lot of trouble. Lona marching in, the Quaffle slams the door on him. Now Fly having to back up, they do pop the Aegis, but S4 is just exploding. The kill chart in blue. OG are all in on this defense. They've already lost 2 lanes of Rex. Pinwell being next, trying to turn on the load of the impetus damage, stacking up. They're holding the line for now. OG not ready to give up the goose. It's a triple for S4. Total buybacks, PL committed. Shadow Shaman as well. They want the S4 kill too. He has one more break. He drops it now, and I'm not sure they can get in range. They're gonna give up on it. And there's no Roshan to grab here. Pretty critical damage done to the racks and structures in general.
I feel like Alliance just going for that 3rd rack was a bit greedy there. You know, they just were like, wow, we feel so much more powerful now. We got to force the PL buyback, and maybe a bit of an overcommitted there, but still looking very good for them.
She's pushing out the mid lane, but from here it really feels like it's Alliance's game to lose.
Yeah, the Mjolnir pickup was actually just so perfect for Lifestealer. You can obviously think that he would do that versus a Lifestealer.
And they're getting more late game insurance now. S4 building, not until the site device or even like an agonist, but he goes for an MKB, so won't have to worry about the Drunken Haze, won't have to worry about the evasion of the Brewmaster, and he's gonna hit like a truck.
Yeah, he's just making sure they have another physical damage dealer on top of everything.
What's the safest way for Alliance to close this one out?
If they can get a pick off here on any of the buybacks.
Just kill a hero.
Yeah, one of the heroes that bought back especially.
Bulldog, he hears you. He hears you, man. He's gonna go in with the last one on the moon. Silenced up by S4. Beautiful focus in the middle of this fight. Right clicking out Crit, who actually forced that slow guy. We'll make it out. This just might be the GG call from OG. Getting run over. Even the Brewmaster split knows no mercy, no escape. There's no mercy from Alliance. They'll kill him off even as the Earth Panda, he dies. And it seems only fitting that at this point, it's Miracle versus 5. It's not gonna happen. OG, call it. And we are headed into a deciding game number 3. This one, a beatdown.
Yeah, just Alliance winning 2 out of 3 lanes way too heavily.
Yeah, but Alliance, it's business as usual from them. They lost game 1. Not looking like they're cocky by any stretch. They know they have a 3rd game to take, and this series feels very even right now.
Yeah, I feel like it was really hard because Moon wanted to do all he could to stay in that lane to try to just like pressure it a bit, while Crit was the Enchantress obviously taking the jungle, so he didn't really have anywhere that he could go to recover. So them